Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Sorry, got to put my little microphone on my lapel here. Better you can hear me than not, I suppose. Right, so, well, I have no plan. Hi. I have no plan. I have this. I don't know where I got this. Must have been in a grab bag because I've never bought anything like this in my life. But it's a punch out of cards, tags. It's Avery printable tags. It's called. I've only got the one piece. I don't know, like I say, where it came from, but yeah. Anyway, so I found it in my pile on my desk. So last night I thought, you know what, I'm going to just make some of this stuff usable and get it off my desk, pop it away so it can be popped in a journal at some point. So I inked it up with what is it, Distress Oxide, Ranger Distress Oxide. Yeah, and then I stamped all over it. So I haven't, and then I sprayed it with water and left it overnight to dry off. So now I'm going to pull the edging off and see what I ended up with. They seem to come off the perforations seem to work pretty well, so no complaints there. Like I say, it's the only piece I have anyway, so it's really not an issue, not an ongoing issue anyway, just for today. Just for this moment. Right, so it's Sunday here, and as far as I'm concerned it's another day crafting. I will probably have to go down and feed my birds at some point, clean their water out. But I have marched up here this morning. It's a nice little piece. You just know that's going to be used for something for sure. There we go. Here's a cute little tag base. I bought a bunch of background stamps recently. This is one of them. It's just like bits of magazine. I like background stamps. They stand out quite cute. I'm quite happy with those. Nice big long pieces. You know I'll be keeping all that too. Yep. Well, there you go. If you happen to get your hands on any Avery printable labels, yeah, I'll vouch for their ease of removal from the sheet. They seem to go off their sheets quite nicely, so no complaints there. Like I say, I've never seen them in shops or anything. I've never bought any, but I guess they're out there, or they were at one stage. Whether they still are, I don't know. But if you happen to come across any, they're pretty cool. I just like the way they were nice and easy to get off. And now I've got a bunch of little tag bases I can do whatever with. I might put some paper on the back, so I might just leave them as they are. It's a little journaling spot. So yeah, there you have them. That was something I did last night. I did a bunch of labels as well. You've seen me do labels before. I just put that whatever the ink, the distress oxide on them, stamp them and spray them the same way I did with this, with a bit of water. So I did a bunch of those. They're actually resting under here at the moment because they curled up overnight. So I'm just flattening them out and then they will be good to go. What else did I do last night? Oh, I had a book cover for a relatively small poetry book, so I collaged it. I don't know why, but I did. But actually it's ended up quite sturdy, so you could probably make tags or something out of it. I'm thinking of just making a little sort of soft coverish book out of it, because it's book shaped anyway, so yeah. But I might do something more to it yet before I do that. So this will be the resulting size of it. Not a bad little size book. So yeah, there's that. So I think that's all I ended up doing yesterday afternoon. Yeah, I ended up having to go out at one stage, so I ate up some of my afternoon crafting time, which what else can I show you this morning? So I've got a very itchy ear. I think I got a mosquito bite on my earlobe. It's very annoying. My oats container. I'll show you my oats container. This is my oats. Oats is a very old English word for leftover food. I use it for my leftover strings and bits of fabric and stuff. These are just the very tiny little pieces. So yeah, I have baskets of paper over there, and I have this little pot here. It came from my grandmother's house. When I first saw it, I thought it said crap, and I thought, yes, but no, it says scraps. But yeah, close enough. It's all the same, isn't it? So yeah, that's all my little bits of ribbon, and there's a few stamps and bits and pieces. There's some canvas in there, an old tape measure that I've been using to make tag toppers and stuff. There's string and wool and thread and ribbon and cloth and whatever. That's where all the little bits on my desk go. As you can see, there's been lots of little bits on my desk recently. So that's where I'll grab if I want to do some little scrappy things. Bring my cup of coffee over. It's my first mouthful of coffee this morning. It's a bit hot yet. I will show you the desk book. That's what I'll show you. This is the desk book in all her glory. She is beautiful. So what I have done is I have not tightened this. I've just pulled them downwards and wrapped the top one around and knotted it. It's very easy to undo. That way it's easy to get pages out of if you want to use them for something else. I laced the spine because it just amused me. I thought that was pretty cool. I just put some small little eyelets in and just laced a piece of whatever this is, leathery stuff through it, because I like that. It was just interesting, and I didn't want it to be particularly sturdy. There's no need for it to be particularly sturdy, so look, it just looks cool. So yeah, here she is in all her glory anyway. You can loosen these off, and they kind of need to be loose to open the book properly. So I'll just undo this one here once I work out what I've done. It does tend to get tangled because it has loose threads on it still, so it's easier if you just do that, and then you can pull everything open to your heart's content and have plenty of room. So we have a few interesting pages in here. Make sure you can see what I'm doing first. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Oh, sorry. I've banged you. Right, you're still in a good spot. It's fine. Disaster averted. Here's just some cut-offs of jelly prints that have been sewn together into a page. A piece of manila folder that was batch dyed. Just a jelly print that was floating around the desk, printed on a house plan or something. There's some of those stickers like I did last night, but these ones were done a while back. No, they're just the Avery stickers. Here's an interesting piece of, I don't know what, that I got in a grab bag at some stage and I've used some of. This is just a leftover that was sitting on my desk. And just, these were made when I did my last, well, I don't know about my last lot, but when I did a lot of jelly printing with stencils, and I used these just to clean my stencils off and lay them down and run the brayer over the back of the stencil, and yeah, just ended up on book pages. So just a piece of dictionary page. This is a page out of a textbooky kind of business. Some more of those stickers, reinforcing the holes there. It's a piece of my handmade paper. I didn't reinforce the holes because it's a bit difficult to get anything to stick properly to this unless you use like the Elmer's or Fabrics or something. I just didn't want to do that. I was just using glue sticks, so just punched holes, but I figure it all won't stay in here long anyway. This is a piece of magazine page that was painted with house paint, just floating around my desk again. Fly sheet from an old book. This is just a book page that I popped a piece of paper on for writing space. It has some stamping and, I'll say stenciling, it's not really stenciling, that's when I was grunging up my paper ribbon. Old book page, very old book page. Dictionary. I don't know what this dictionary is actually. Usually it's Afrikaans to English, but I'm not sure that this one is. Anyway, dictionary. There's that page I showed you guys before, the inside cover of a old gardening book. This is a card from some tea rooms in Perth that my daughter took me to for my 50th birthday. So yeah, that was very nice. We went and had high tea. It was very lovely. And I had a couple of those cards sitting on my desk. Yeah, piece of my crepe paper dyeing. Another inside page from that same gardening book. Just a piece of very coffee dyed and very unburnt brown lined paper. Dedication out of a book. Just an ink dyed book page. A very thin dictionary paper. Yet another dictionary page of some sort of description. It's got some of my intuitive writing there. Just a title page of a book. There's a page out of that nice old religious book that I love the text on so much. Just put some of my punched out circles on the back and punched hole through them. Instant page protector things, or hole protectors. Some more ink dyed book page. This I've used some of those scallop squares from the lovely Bonny and Clive. You guys know Bonny and Clive. This is a book out of an old page out of an old shipping book. Beautiful old photographs of ships and boats. Another page out of a book. Well, some not exactly dedications. What are them? I don't know. Quotes from people. This was scraps left over from a baby book that I had to make somebody. They were just all this sort of size, so I ended up just doing that to them. Making a bit of a weave out of them. They've just been sitting on my desk for probably, I don't know. I think the baby is now 1, so a year they've been sitting on my desk. Some of that lovely paper cutting book that I had. I think that's probably the last of it, or very close to the last of it. It was just on my desk. An old encyclopedia page with a map on the back. Another dictionary page. This one's definitely the Afrikaans to English one. The other one probably was as well, but I'm not positive. Just a lined page that was sitting on my desk. A coffee-dyed encyclopedia page. As you can see, this is a little bit fiddly to turn pages in. It's the fabric, it's just a little thick for the holes, but you know, as long as you're gentle with it, it's doable. And like I say, it was never really designed to be a book so much as a collection of papers, if that makes any sense. Inside pages of a cyclopedia. This is the inside page of a I don't know, a book of some description, but yeah, it's been kindly sketched on by previous owner. Nice piece of brown card, really. It's quite thick. This is an old note that I found in the back of an old Bible. Piece of Chinese newspaper from 2019. If you can read Chinese, you know what the news was in 2019. I have no idea. There's another picture out of that beautiful old shipping book. Just gorgeous, these are. Just absolutely gorgeous, and they're quite delicate too. They're almost at that stage where when you fold them, they crack. So, beautiful old piece of ephemera, that. Here is the inside of a book, inside fly leaf page, whatever. Another piece of that woven baby book, scrapbook paper. Jelly print. I love these jelly prints. They feel like, I'm sure I've said this before, they feel like I don't know, snake skin or something. It's interesting. Too much paint on the jelly plate, that's what that is, but it looks good and it feels good. Just a piece of scrapbooking paper that was on my desk. A piece of that map wrapping paper that I have floating around. Still have quite a bit of that. It's an old magazine page with some quick mix cakes on it. Another piece of that lined paper off my desk. Here is a piece of wallpaper, off-cut picture out of a children's book with bunnies. I know lots of people like bunnies. I was making a journal just with pictures out of kids' books. This was in a grab bag that I received. Not my cup of tea, but it certainly might suit somebody. But it's not a bad piece of paper. I don't know if that's permanent ink or I mean, if you coffee dyed it, it might just go away anyway, mostly. So just a piece of scrapbook paper, some not you again, some paper bag painted with house paint, some of my ink dyes on the jelly print. This is actually digital of it. Piece of scrapbook paper, another old magazine page. This is just got pictures of Christmassy kind of food. It's just a very old magazine page. Another one of those jelly prints. Another dedication out of a book. And here is just another piece of scrapbook paper. Another one of those stencil roll-off pages. Some paper that I made basically the same way that the lovely Bonnie made hers. I can't remember what she called it, but yeah, it's just paper scraps with a napkin glued over it. I put a bit of acrylic paint on the back just to white it out a bit. You can do that or not do that as you choose, but yeah, I made quite a few of these and I like them. And this is a very textured napkin, so it feels quite interesting. But yeah, I'll put a link to that video in the description because yeah, that's kind of cool. Piece of piano roll. I've actually finally used one whole piano roll, can you believe? Here's a piece of batch dyed brown paper. Just looks like it's been well washed, actually. Another piece of my digital from my ink dyeing, my ink jelly printing. The inside leaf of a book, quite thick paper, beautiful colour. A book page with a bit of a jelly print on it. Another one of those children's books with a little bunny on there and an Easter hymn on the back. Another ink dyed book page. This one's lovely. This is a fly leaf sort of page. It's very soft paper. It's sort of almost feels fabricy. It's lovely. There's another piece of that wrapping paper map that I have. Yet another jelly print. Encyclopedia page with a bit of a map on it, and I'll just collage some sort of plain bits of paper on the back for writing. It's another one of those ink on the jelly print digitals. Yet another piece of scrapbook paper. This is just some encyclopedia pages that got paint on them. Just mucking about. This is a very old piece of wrapping paper I used here to reinforce the edge of this page. I got it out of an old suitcase I found in my grandmother's things when I cleaned out her place. I love it. It's gone now. That's the last of it. Don't think I have any more. There is just one of those very brittle coffee dyed pages. Book page, just used up some old washi tape and put over a napkin. Another piece of batch dyed manila folder. Just a random piece of I don't know what off my desk. It's actually quite similar to the thing that I showed you before that I saw Bonnie doing but yeah, it's just bits of paper and bits of napkin sort of collaged together. I'm not really sure what I was doing there, but it was on my desk, so it went in the book. Another piece of wallpaper. This is a picture that I painted eons ago. It's been floating around my desk for probably 5 years. It's just on a piece of floppy cardstock that, I don't know, came in a shoebox or something. Who knows where it came from? It's been years, but yeah, I painted that. I loved it, and it just sat on my desk where I could see it. I liked it. Now it's in here. Another piece of that wrapping paper map book. And I think this is the last page, maybe, close to. Another piece of painted paper bag, painted with house paint. And last but not least, the inside page of a children's annual. Quite decorative and cute. Some cute little pictures on it. So yeah, there we go. There you have her. That is her. She actually stands up by herself if you give her a bit of a minute. And don't have all her things sitting underneath. Anyway, she's sturdy enough. Like I say, she was always meant to hold papers, really. And she was never really meant to be a book in her own right. So she's just a collection of papers. So yeah, I just wrapped the top string around there a couple of times and then tuck it through itself, and that just holds them all safe out of the way. And there you have her. Ta-da! See, she does stand up. There is a collection of papers off my desk, and if you could see to the right of me, you would realise it's made little to no difference. So that's the second desk book that I've made out of the stuff on my desk, and I still have a pile that's probably this high sitting next to me, but I guess there's a little bit less of it now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed having a look through her. I love her spine. It's just she's so floppy, and yeah. Anyway, I decided to leave these long because I just liked it. I like everything about this book. There's nothing about this book I don't love. I love her bent cover, odd pages, scrappy binding, loose, useless binding. It's just great. I love it. Anyway, thanks for coming along, guys. I've enjoyed spending some time with you this Sunday morning, and I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, wherever you are. And I'll see you again another day. Bye.